So quick little tip if you're a food brand and you are looking at warehouse space to store some of your products. So three things that you want to think about that are going to have a pretty serious impact on your freight costs as you're having product leave that warehouse. So the first thing is you want a loading dock, and not all warehouses have loading docks. Some of them will say, oh, we have, forklifts, things like that. But every time you have to book freight and you need a lift gate on the truck, you're going to pay more for that truck. It's going to be sometimes $300-400 more, sometimes almost $1,000 more. So it depends on the load. But my point is, you want a warehouse that's going to be set up to handle these trucks coming in to pick up your products. So the other ones will say, hey, well, we have forklifts. But if their forklifts are not readily available whenever your truck shows up, then again, you could run into additional costs on your freight. So just something to think about when you're looking at your warehouses. That number one, they need to have a loading dock. Number two, if they will have open hours to accept pickups, if it's 9 to 5 or 7 to 3, it could be any window of time. You will save money if your freight companies do not have to book an appointment for pickup. So in just that one little box checked when you're ordering freight that says, hey, you got to schedule your pickup, is going to add to your freight costs. So we're always looking for warehouse partners who will make sure that we have some windows of time that we can book our trucks without having to have specific appointments. So then the third tip is make sure they have a pest control policy. So not all of them do, and you can get into some pretty serious trouble. So what we do is we require that any warehouse where we're putting food products have a really solid pest control program in place, that they have monitors, and we ask for documentation. We look to see those reports. We look for updated reports. And I guess a final little tip, if it's a frozen storage, then you want to have somebody that has temperature monitoring. So every day I get a report from our frozen warehouses that tell me what the temperatures were for the last 24 hours. And my admin checks that every single day. If we hit any kind of certain temperature in any warehouse that we're in across the country, we're going to know it right now. We can get on the phone with them, find out what's happened, make sure that our product wasn't impacted. But those are just a few tips if you're looking for storage and warehousing. Those are things you want to really consider before you pull the trigger on placing your product there. So hope that helps.